Today we're going to be looking at an RSI and MACD trading strategy which potentially could be profitable. So let's get straight to it. Hey traders, I hope everybody's going extremely well. My name's David and welcome to my channel where I go through trading strategies that I find on YouTube and on the web, and then I use code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at a trading strategy which involves the MACD and the RSI. I have backtested a couple of RSI trading strategies before, but this one potentially looks quite profitable, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I guess the best thing we could do is get straight over to my computer and have a look at this trading strategy and see whether it really is profitable. We're going to be looking at BTC USDT today on the 15-minute time frame. Let's go over to that computer and have a look. But before I go, if you do enjoy this video, and if you don't mind just giving it a good old thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I do videos every Monday and Friday. I'm back, guys. I'm back doing videos twice a week after a couple of weeks or months away from YouTube, allowing me to reorganize all of my trading strategies and allowing me to diversify a little bit better my portfolio myself. And don't forget our competition where you could win an iPhone and an Apple Watch for the 100,000 subscribers, which will be the end of next month. So don't forget to subscribe to that. More information about that down in the links down below. Okay, let's get over to the computer and take a look at this trading strategy. Right, here we are over at my computer as I promised. We're going to be looking at this trading strategy today, but giving credit where credit was due. This was in my Discord, a video which you can find on this channel here, which is data trading. It's a trading strategy that involves the RSI, MACD, and some other indicators, which I'll go through very, very quickly. It does also add a supply and demand indicator, which is a visual range, which I had to replace because of the way it worked. Would have incurred repainting, and that's something we don't want as algo traders. So I found an alternative. Let's get over to talking about what this strategy is. So as you can see, I have the rules on the screen here. We have the RSI, the MACD, we have an ADX and a flat market. So let's add these indicators to our charts. We're going to start with the RSI by clicking up here and going RSI. We're going to scroll all the way down. Unfortunately, I've made lots of RSI, so mine's quite far down, but you'll probably find yours a little bit easier. It's the relative strength index, and that's going to be the first indicator we add to our chart. Click it, bring up a nice purple indicator on your chart. Next one will be the impulse MACD by Lazy Bear just here. Now this will bring up a nice colorful indicator. We're going to make a couple of modifications to make it a little bit more simple in a second. After that, we have the flat market by David Tech. That's going to make this indicator here. And then we have the ADXMA, which is this one just here. Okay, a lot of indicators. It hasn't finished because I haven't even done the exits yet, but we're going to get there. Okay, first thing we're going to do is remove the yellow line from here. We do not need that one there. We're going to make the RSI a little bit thicker and a brighter color just for YouTube so you guys can see it a little bit better. A nice white there. And we're also going to make the upper bands and the lower bands, the upper and lower bands here for the RSI a little bit thicker as well so you guys can see. Okay, this is the RSI, you probably know it. We're looking for our entries where we're below this area here, so we're going to be looking for longs around this area here, which is called the oversold section. If price is above the upper band, which is way back here, not even quite, maybe just an entry just there, here would be a great entry. This is called the overbought section, where price is considered too expensive or at a premium. So this is where we'll be looking to short. As I said earlier, we are on BTC USDT. Over to the next indicator. We're going to go over to the MACD LB. The impulse MACD, which is considered a better indicator than the actual MACD itself. We're actually going to be using the signal line only today, which is this red line. So I'm going to go away and remove all the other lines. We can keep that there. This one here, removing. We're going to make that nice yellow and quite thick so that we can see it better on YouTube. Okay, bar colors, we don't need that either. Okay, as you can see, we have a nice yellow line here. We're going to pretty much do the same thing here as we just did with the RSI. But unfortunately, we're going to have to do this manually because there is no oversold and overbought section. What we're going to do is we're going to look over this MACD and zoom out as much as possible and add a line by right mouse clicking and adding a line. Now, obviously, I'm an algo trader, so I'm going to find an alternative method to this because I don't like doing things like fixed lines. But we're going to do it just for the video today, and then I'll show you how I've fixed this in a minute. Okay, so this is where I consider the average peaks to be going over, creating an oversold and overbought section. Very much the RSI, when price is above our upper one, we're looking too short. When we're below the lower one, we're looking too long. Okay, back over to the main chart again. Okay, then we have the flat market, which is an indicator that I made myself. This is going to be replacing the one by Lux Algo. The reason is like I said, it helps us to find, this one helps us to find markets that are trending and not trending. So when above this green line here, I might make it a little bit thicker so you guys can see a little bit better. It's very simple. When the blue line is above the green line, we're in a trending market, so we look too short or long depending on the other confirmations. So that one's very, very simple. The next one's just as simple. It's the ADX, which I slightly modified by adding a moving average to. Let's make those lines a little bit thicker again. Right, okay, when price is above the ADX, the red line above the blue line, we're looking to confirm our entries using that. So any entries that we have thanks to the RSI and the MACD, if we're above that blue line, it means they're confirmed and the market is trending enough for us to take our entries. Okay, that's our entries. What about our exits? How do we take profits and things like that? Now, I did say at the beginning of this video, it's quite a few indicators. So we're going to add a couple more just here. Okay, to take profits, we're going to be using my favorite, the ATR bands by Alexander TH here. We're going to be using that one just there. And then I'm going to add 2 other indicators that help us to secure more profit by using trailing stop losses. So we're going to add this one here first of all. Let's make that nice and thick again. And I'm going to be using a multiplier of 3, which gives us a little bit more wiggle room to set our take profits and stop losses. Okay, as you can see, we have a band above the price action and below price action. When we're taking a long, we're going to set our stop losses to this nice green band here. This measures volatility in the market and helps us to set a better stop loss than if we were actually using a fixed stop loss as a percentage. It depends on your trading strategy. I prefer this personally. It helps me to make many more profitable trading strategies than using a fixed stop loss. Okay, so then we're going to use a risk to reward, and we're going to be using a risk to reward of 2. Now, I am going to be taking multiple take profits for this trading strategy. When you get up to 40% of that trade just about here, I'm going to take a big amount off the table. I'm going to take 80% of my trade off the table and let the rest run. Now, the reason for that is that I'm securing profit and also moving my stop loss to break even, meaning that that profit is in my bank and not in somebody else's. I'm also going to be using the chandelier stop loss, chandelier exit as a stop loss here for my trading stop loss. Let me remove the other indicators off the chart very quickly. So once I've taken 40% off here, as you can see, that red line is where my 40% is. I'm going to be trading my stop loss all the way up to the top of this candle here, where I would have made an extra 1% on this trade itself. So it helps to make a little bit more extra, and like I said, that's profit in your pocket, not somebody else's. So that's how it's done. I've also got one other final indicator that I found that worked extremely well with this, and that is the whole MA, which is this indicator here. It's the whole moving average. I'm going to be setting that one to 300. Now, as this is a kind of a reversal trading strategy, most of your entries will probably be just below that line here, like that. Most of your entries will be below the line, so actually this actually works just as a protection. If price comes back below this white line here, it just stops us out to make sure that price isn't actually trending in the other direction. So that was our trading strategy. Let's go through a couple of entries together, as there is quite a few indicators on the chart. At the end, as always, I will code this so you won't have to worry about all of these entries and things like that. Right, okay, let's go. Okay, let's have a look at our first entry together, validating all of the entries and how the trading strategy would work. So first thing we're going to do is go over to our charts and have a look at the RSI. Now the RSI is below here, as you can see, of oversold area. The MACD, the impulsive MACD also, we're looking for us to peak above that green line. We are just above that green line on the flat market. We are above, as expected, the ADX. So I'm going to put a nice line just about here, I guess, around this area here for our entry. Now, this is very much cherry picking as always. We're going to be coding this for backtesting so that we do not cherry pick. Let's go over to the chart and add our entry just here. Now this one may be a loss because of this great big wick, but it doesn't matter as long as I've got all of my entries ready for you guys to show. Now we're going to set our take profit, our entry on that candle just here, just like that. We're going to look for the ADX bands, as I said earlier, which is this one here. Okay, so we're going to set the stop loss at the ATR bands here, just like so, and this trade would have probably just about made an entry about there and made our stop loss. Now we're going to be looking for a risk reward of 2, like I said earlier, and then we're going to be taking 40% of the trade. As I said earlier, we're going to be taking some of the profit off the trade. So at this line here, we'll be taking 80% off of our trade and removing, so round about this candle here, we're going to be removing 80% of our trade and moving our stop loss directly to break even, and maybe just a little bit more with wiggle room, just so that we don't get stopped out and get charged by the actual exchanges. Now that's all configured in the trading strategies that I've built. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hide these here, and we're going to continue to trail our take profits using the chandelier exits. Now that goes all the way up to here, gives us an extra, as I said earlier, an extra 2.3% on our trade thanks to the chandelier exit. So there you go, as you see, a wonderful trade. Now you know the rules, they're up on the screen. Here's our exits. You can take a screenshot or you can pause the video so you can read through them again if you need to. Okay, I'm going to code this so we can connect it to bots and backtest it, and also live trade it if it seems to be a good trading strategy.
He's going to code a new strategy. He'll be back in just 5 minutes. RSI and MACD. If he doesn't run into any bugs, there will be a new strategy. Come on, David, hurry up. Come on, David, show us what you got. Come on, David, our patience running out. Come on, David, show us what you got.
Okay, here I am back at the screen. As you can see, I have the MACD, the Impulse MACD, and also the RSI on my screen, the RSI strategy. So what I've done is I've taken a script that I found on our Discord, and I've modified it. I've actually built a dynamic high and low oversold and overbought section for the MACD, which actually seems to work pretty damn good by itself. If you look at some of these entries, that would have been a 4, including the RSI. As you can see, I've given a red background to confirm that we're in an oversold area. This one may be slightly different on the setups. So as you can see, the RSI there, if we're in the red area, has some pretty good entries. That would have been a 5% win. That one would have been a loss. This one over here would have been a small win over there. A small win over there. This one here, look at this, absolute perfect entry. These sell, we could have waited until we come back below here and got in just here. That would have been a nice entry as well. This one here is confirmed a little bit later as well, but you can play with the settings. They seem to work extremely well together, so I'm looking forward to backtesting this one. Let's have a look at these results together. Okay, if we go, that was a bit of a spoiler. Let's have a look at some of these entries here. I'm currently on the optimized mode. I'm going to remove optimized mode here. As you can see, we're getting the perfect entries as we should on those buy signals, with a green background giving us the confirmation of the MACD. Okay, as you can see, we're trailing stop loss. Our stop loss hit our first take profit just as it should. Moving our stop loss to 0 here and then trailing it. This one gave us a little tiny bit more extra profit. Would have been nice to go all the way to the top, but it didn't. So, don't make a difference. We're not in front of our computers. Makes no difference whatsoever. Okay, as you can see, same thing goes for this one here. This one was a loss. This one may have been a loss as well by the looks of it. We continue back, let's have a look at some of these entries. There was a cluster of entries just there. Let's look at the stats. That's the thing that's most important to us. As you can see by our table at the side, we have a 73% win rate with 8 maximum wins in a row. 2 losses. We had quite a few maximum flat days. That's actually flat candles and flat days, something I need to fix on my trading strategies, but I forgot completely. We have a total wins of 72, total losses of 26. We had a total of 98 trades and a profit factor of 2.79. As you can see, the equity curve looks wonderful. I have actually been playing around with the settings quite a lot to get these results. Hopefully not overfit, only time will tell. I will be forward testing as I do with all of my trading strategies. Let's go through some of the settings very quickly. ATR over here, as you can see, set to 3. As I said, for the take profit, we are trailing using the chandelier trailing, get stop loss. We're going to be looking to do we have the dynamic leverage set to 20 over here. What other stuff are we looking at here? There is one thing that I do often for our risk to reward protection. I do set a minimum take profit of 1.4% here. As we do have 2 take profits here, make sure that the minimum take profit is at least 1.4% for the full take profit, meaning we're covering fees and things like that, because you don't want to be below 0.7. That seems to be the point where you will start just paying fees and not actually anything from your trades. I have a maximum stop loss of 1.7%. Very important, because you don't want to use the ATR and not have a maximum percentage. You could have an ATR that is humongous and wipes away all of those trades and successful trades in just one go. Going to continue down here. We have our protection with the hold. I'm going to continue down here. These are the settings that I found. I'll let you screenshot them, or you can download them inside of our Notion board, which you'll find inside of David Tick. We're going to continue down. We use the ADX, as I said earlier, with our MA. We also used the flat market, and the only other thing that I didn't do was I didn't trade on Saturday and Sunday, as I do with all my bots. Saturday and Sunday seems to be days where the market goes against you as an algo trader. So I don't want to trade on them. Why trade them if they're not profitable? So I always uncheck them. If you check them, you'll find that it's probably less profitable than this. Let's go over to this equity curve, the most important part. We have a 73% win rate. Like I said earlier, I did actually get a better win rate if I played around with some of these settings here, but a little bit less profit. If I go over to the main settings and play around with this here, you can actually get a 78% win rate if you're looking for more of a win rate than actually a profit. If that's the way you trade. Personally, I found that this equity curve was the one that I preferred myself. If you go over to the elastic one over here, for instance, a 74.71 win rate, but less profit. So this is the one I'm going to be showing you at the moment. Play around with the settings. You'll be able to find better settings, I'm sure. As you can see, we have about 6 months of trading, and every one except for August has been profitable, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll deep back test it if I was you. We have 98 trades. We have 102% profit. As you can see, it kind of follows the Bitcoin hold, but buy to hold if you would have bought there, and kind of explodes it in some places and not. 2.79 profit factor, a only 12% max drawdown on leverage is very, very good. If we go and have a look at some of the other stats, we have a 75% win, 75% profit if you would have buy to hold, which we absolutely smashed.
And Hulk. Smash.
We have a Sharp ratio of 1.45, which is excellent, a Sortino ratio of 1.431, a profit factor of 2.795. All of these stats look absolutely brilliant to me. I certainly will be testing this in forward testing before actually trading, and it might become one of my bots that I add to my trading strategies. Anyway, so I'm very excited by this one, guys. I will be back testing, deep back testing, and forward testing this trading strategy in our Discord with Vlad and William, who do live streams in our Discord a couple of times a week. If you'd like to join us, the Patreon links are down in the description. You can come and join us and add this trading strategy, add it to bots. We offer all of the tools to be able to go from A to Z inside of our Discord to turn you into a successful algo trader. Anyway, without further ado, don't forget the competition, 100,000 subscribers, where you could win an iPhone or an Apple Watch. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. Take care, keep safe, see you on Friday. And don't forget, trade like a boss. Goodbye.